If you're a fan of major announcements, this video is tailor-made for you. Today, we've got a trio of significant updates to discuss. First up is news from the Social Security Administration, followed by a scoop from the United States Postal Service, and finally, a White House update concerning a potential government shutdown. But before we dive into those topics, let's talk about something a bit more lighthearted. My friend, the watermelon. We'll get to that in a moment. Just keep in mind that there are some substantial developments unfolding right now, and some of them could even affect the food on your plate, including, yes, that watermelon. So let's get straight to the heart of the matter. We'll start with Social Security. The reason I'm bringing this up is pretty straightforward. There's a critical issue currently looming on the horizon. You see, the United States federal government might run out of funding to operate beyond September 30th, which is just 2 days away as of now. This raises the pressing question of whether federal agencies, including the Social Security Administration, will remain operational or face a shutdown. Now, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with my watermelon? Well, here's the connection. On October 12th, the Social Security Administration is scheduled to release crucial information. Specifically, they'll reveal the cost of living adjustment, COLA, for 2024, information eagerly awaited by over 70 million U.S. retirees and government benefits recipients. However, there's a hitch. As reported by Reuters, a potential government shutdown could delay this announcement. Why? Because the Social Security Administration relies on data from the Consumer Price Index, CPI, which could be affected if the government remains closed deep into October. But here's the silver lining. Even if the COLA announcement is delayed, it won't impact when the adjustment takes effect. Whether you hear about it on October 12th, 15th, or even later, it won't change the fact that it won't kick in until January, or slightly earlier for SSDI and SSI recipients. Now let's shift our focus to another critical concern, the Consumer Price Index, CPI. If the government stays shut down, we won't have access to the latest inflation numbers until it reopens. As it stands, we still have funding for 2 more days, but come October 1st, it's crunch time, and the government could officially shut down. Now you might be wondering about your precious mail. Fear not, as your mailbox won't fall silent. The United States Postal Service, despite being a federal agency, operates independently and isn't primarily funded by taxpayer dollars. Instead, it relies on stamp sales and postage fees to function. So your mail, including checks, will continue to flow even if the government grinds to a halt. But here's the biggie. How does all this relate to your watermelon? Well, a government shutdown isn't just a bureaucratic hiccup. It can have tangible consequences, especially on the food we consume. You see, if the government shuts down, hundreds of thousands of federal employees will be furloughed, including those at the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Historically, during government shutdowns, safety inspections, which are critical for ensuring the quality of our food supply, have ground to a halt. This poses a significant challenge for grocery stores, restaurants, and ultimately, U.S. consumers. The responsibility for ensuring the safety of the food you buy will shift more onto the shoulders of businesses. So, whether you shop at a grocery store or a farmer's market, it's essential to be aware that the food you're about to consume may not have undergone the usual inspections. In essence, the FDA's ability to conduct food safety inspections could be compromised during a government shutdown. So when you pick up that watermelon or any other food item, keep in mind that the usual safety checks might not have occurred. In conclusion, there are some major developments in the pipeline, and we'll keep you updated as the situation unfolds. We're currently on Thursday, and with Friday and Saturday ahead of us, Sunday is when things could take a decisive turn. A government shutdown is a possibility, and other issues like student loan payments could also come into play. So stay tuned for more updates, and if you find these daily updates helpful, consider subscribing and hitting that like button. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.